Page 11 of your graduation program. Please rise for the academic procession.
女士们、先生们，我们的学术荣誉团队即将步入礼堂。随后，我们将演唱国歌，欢迎各位加入我们一起演唱国歌。国歌的歌词在您手册的第11页。谢谢大家。
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds with nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. Page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia
I, Kevin John Scarce, Chancellor of the University of Adelaide, declare open this congregation convened for the purpose of presenting degrees. Distinguished guests, parents, relatives, friends, university staff and graduates, welcome to this graduation ceremony. I wish to acknowledge the Kaurna people, the original custodians of the Adelaide Plains, and the land upon which this University of Adelaide's campuses of North Terrace, Waite, Thebarton and Roseworthy are built. Today is a very important day. It marks another destination along your educational life journey. I have no doubt that you have every right to be proud of your achievements, and I'm sure your family and friends here today join in me in celebrating your achievement. It's also a very important day for this university that takes equal amount of pride and satisfaction in your achievements. You leave this university with a world-renowned education, and you move into a world that needs those skills. So as you prepare and think what's been achieved during this journey, and you think about the challenges ahead, I just ask you to remember what you have learnt here at the university and take that opportunity to apply those skills later in life. Think big. Don't let your aspirations be curtailed by a lack of boldness. Plan accordingly and ensure that you enjoy your life. I look forward to seeing you make an enormous contribution to our globe. We certainly need it. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce to you today's graduation orator, Ms. Petrina Coventry. Petrina is an industry professor and Director of Development with the University of Adelaide's Faculty of the Professions and the Business School. She previously held global vice president roles with the General Electric Company and with the Coca-Cola Company in the United States and Asia, and most recently the Chief Human Resource Officer of Santos. She is currently a non-executive director of the Australian Human Resource Institute and Beston Global Foods. Petrina is a Fellow of the Australian Institute of Company Directors, a Vincent Fairfax Fellow and a Fellow of the Australian Human Resource Institute. She has a master's degree in the ethics from the University of New South Wales, an MBA from the University of South Australia, a global EMBA from Sydney University, and is presently completing a PhD with the University of Melbourne. We are indeed privileged to hear her speak today. Please welcome Ms. Petrina Coventry.
Good morning, Chancellor, Deputy Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor and President, distinguished guests and members of staff. And welcome and congratulations to all the fabulous graduates, family and friends. What a great achievement, what a wonderful day and celebration. I know you're all from different backgrounds with varying degrees, and I'll try and summarise by saying that there's the wine experts, the philosophers, PhD students, and business folks. Thankfully, I'm all of the above. A drinker, a philosopher, and a business executive. Not necessarily in that order. But we all have something in common, which is a degree. It's been around 3 decades, she says, ageing, since I graduated with my first degree, and I was sitting out there where you are today. Now, despite that that's a very long time ago, I still remember that day clearly, and I'm pretty sure that you're experiencing similar feelings to what I felt then at my graduation. So it was a combination of pride, optimism, with just a touch or a little bit of insecurity and worry. Worry about what? Well, worry about the future. In the immediate future, I was worried that I would look silly in my cap and gown, and I have to say I'm still a little bit worried about that today. I was worried that I'd fall on stage, forget how to doff the cap, shake the hands at the right time. And I don't think you need to worry about that today. You'll nail it. It was not my intention to scare you with that. Underlying that, there were the long-term worries about the future. Would I get a job? Would I like that job? Would people like me? Would they like me? And would I be good at it? It's normal to worry, but you have to keep that in perspective. So here's some perspective. 40% of the things we worry about never happen. They're not going to happen. 30% have already happened. It's done and you can't change that. 20% of the worries are random concerns. And importantly, only 10% are classified as legitimate worries, real things that life brings us. So if you always remember that only 10% of what we worry about is actually real, that's perspective. A little bit of fear and worry can protect you, but a lot can harm you. Fear and worry drive the production of cortisol, which is the stress hormone released in the adrenal glands. Cortisol is public health enemy number one. Elevated levels lower immune function, lead to weight gain, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and affect your learning and memory. And over time, they can cause long-term irreparable damage. Consider cortisol my sponsor here today, and probably a surprise for most people who know that I have a philosophy background speaking about it. I was a worrier, and many are. I've learnt some simple lessons, though, that I'd like to share with you that can counter cortisol and build your resilience for your journey forward, and I think they're important. Sleep, breathe, and laugh. My expression, you can indeed sleep your way to the top. Controversial as it is, appropriately sleep your way to the top would be the answer to that. Based on research, 96% of us in this hall would describe ourselves as regularly tired, and more than 60% would describe ourselves as regularly exhausted. That's not good. Resilient people get enough sleep, and that's around 6 to 8 hours per night. Resilience has a direct impact on our performance and potential. It impacts our ability to bounce back, to have courage, to be creative, as was pointed out, and very important to be creative, and to build connections. Sleep is necessary for concentration, an optimistic outlook, and healthy energy levels. When you sleep, parts of your brain that control the emotions, decision-making, and social interactions drastically reduce in activity. Not surprising, the brain rests. A rested brain helps you maintain optimal emotional and social functioning while you're awake. In your future, you are going to need to rely heavily on social and emotional functions because they grow social capital. Social capital is as important as the degree you get today. Much of your career success is going to be determined by how effectively you can relate to others. That is social capital. Strong social capital gives you major benefits like access to information, resources, and career sponsorship. It can be your advantage. To relate well with others, you need to be in control of your moods. I think we've all been there on the recipient or the receiving end of the not-so-controlled moods. And to be able to connect socially. Sleep helps you achieve that. Breathe. We all do it, on average, 20,000 times a day. But we aren't all doing it properly. When we're stressed, we clench. I just did. When we clench, we shallow breathe. Shallow breathing contributes to anxiety and panic and conditions like insomnia and depression. Most of us never give breathing a second thought, but the way you draw breath can actually reduce your stress levels, boost your immunity, and improve your resilience. My lesson to you is breathe properly. Slow, rhythmic breathing reduces anxiety, stress, and fear. Breathe from your diaphragm, the muscle under your ribs. Breathe slowly and smoothly 8 times a minute. Whilst you're sitting there listening to me, those who aren't sleeping, take a few slow, deep breaths. You can do it anytime, any place, on the train, in the waiting room, at your desk, anywhere. It lowers cortisol levels. Remember cortisol, public health enemy number one, the stress hormone that can kill you, and my sponsor here today. Laugh. This will be tricky. Find ways to laugh and joke as much as possible. People who laugh hard and regularly are more likely to have reduced levels of cortisol. You're going to have to indulge me here. I'm about to try and lower your cortisol levels, but you're going to have to be forgiving, knowing I'm a philosopher by trade and we are not known for our humour. People rarely laugh at us. They laugh at us, they rarely laugh with us. So, how many philosophers does it take to change a light bulb? 3. 1 to change it, 2 to stand around arguing over whether the light bulb actually exists. Great, I gotta laugh. How many Zen masters does it take to change a light bulb? 2. 1 to change it and 1 not to change it. All right, thank you for indulging me. I recognise that philosophy humour is not for everyone, and needless to say, I won't be taking up comedy too soon as a career change, thankfully. So despite the awful humour, the point is, please find time to laugh. It's important, it's free, it will keep you healthy and build relationships. So my life lessons are practical and they can be done anywhere. Sleep, breathe, and laugh. Don't be a slow learner, because I was. I sadly have lost a few colleagues along my 30-year journey, and some of these were as a direct impact of the lifestyle that we were all leading. Work was everything. We did not sleep well. We worried and we stressed about unimportant things, the 90% that does not matter. We did laugh, but not enough. And then a few years ago, I discovered that I had high cortisol levels myself, which affected my immune system temporarily and could have killed me. So, we all had degrees. We were all smart, but we were not smart enough to understand the basics of life, of perspective and resilience. Be smart, be smarter than me. I learnt my lesson. I now sleep, breathe properly and laugh as much as I can. I've learnt to appreciate every moment. And in this very important moment, you're sitting here, very successful, about to graduate after years of study and commitment, with friends and family who love you, and I can assure you, you have nothing to worry about. One of my favourite philosophers, a great Stoic, Seneca, would say, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxiety about the future, to be satisfied with what we have and want nothing. The present is my present to you today. Enjoy the present moment for what it is, a wonderful celebration of your success. Congratulations to you all, well done, and enjoy the rest of the day sleeping, breathing and laughing. Thank you.
On behalf of the graduates and their families attending today's ceremony, I would like to thank Ms. Patrina Coventry for her stimulating and inspiring address. We are honoured that you have taken the time to join us on this special day to share with us your thoughts and experiences, and your words of encouragement and advice are greatly appreciated. They remind us that education places upon each of us an enduring responsibility to make the best possible use of our talents and to contribute to the betterment of society in whatever way we can. Please join me in once again thanking Ms. Patrina Coventry.
I will now receive candidates for degrees. I call upon the Vice-Chancellor.
Chancellor, I, Professor Warren Bebbington, Vice-Chancellor and President of the University of Adelaide, certify to you and the whole University that the graduates who will be presented to you have all fulfilled the conditions prescribed for admission to the awards for which they are so presented.
I, Kevin John Scarce, Chancellor of the University of Adelaide, by virtue of the power committed to me by the University, confirm that each graduate is admitted to the rank and privilege of the holder of the award in the University of Adelaide for which they are so presented.
Chancellor, I, Professor Paul Coram, present to you graduates from the Adelaide Business School. To the Professional Certificate in Self-Managed Superannuation Funds, Yui Ray Han. To the degree of Bachelor of Wine Marketing, Man D. Gao. To the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Marketing, Nok Hei Horatio Au. Stephanie Louise Bucella. Rashad Caesar Chenier. Hui Nam Chueng. Yin Ting Jocelyn Chueng. Yuan Ting Chow. Yuan Yi Chow. Anthony Frank Scirocco. Daniel Peter Clifford. Gia Gardner, and Gia also receives the Bachelor of International Studies. Charles Henry Holden Gibbings. Alison Huddleston. Rebecca Jane King. William Lai. Christopher Michael Lavender. Lo Chek Him. Jackson Connor Maguire. Tao Hong Nguyen. Phuc Loc Peter Phan. Sean Margard Poulsen. Demeter L.A. Motsuris Scanlon, and Demeter also receives the Bachelor of Media. Brendan Martin Shanahan. Shauna Voon E. Mai. Wei Ching Sang. And Shi An. To the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Management, Hei Man Chan. Militsa Dobrijevic. Jacob Ethan Hall. Philip Simon Peroni. Ho Chun Lam. Julie Tran. Ruth Marjorie Waterman. And Shia Yue Tsu. To the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, International Business, Chen Chu Hua. Ying Ji Chen. Wai Ling Chung. Michael Tarek Haddad. Victoria Kin Lok Lai. Meng Tang Lim. Alexander Bastian Retzlik. Madhawa Thenuwara. Joshua Michael Chunig, and Joshua also receives the Bachelor of Economics. And Chi Miao Su. To the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Corporate Finance, Arabella Elise Allen. Matthew Amato. Timothy Luke Applin. Matthew Roy Boyle. Derek Hoy Man May. Emily Rose Easling. Nadia Ferraro. Shi Jian Alexander Fu. Robert John Katsambis. Teo Kay. Carlos Lopez Fernandez. Yu Ching Siu. Quan Lok Tang. Jacob Paul Theophanus. Brendan John Weenan. Cameron Marcus Wong. Ping Hong Wong. Zenvern Vern Lung Yap. Dean Jeremy Zaccardo. And Ying Jiang. To the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Ming Yao Li. Ray Liu. Cameron Kenneth Phillip. Keigo Sasaki. Jordan Diana Rose Stewart. Cheng Sun. Sheen Yuong T. An. Feng Ying Yu. And Sheen Ru Chow. To the Graduate Certificate in Management, Rebecca Kate Pym. And Romualdo de Oliveira Voto Jr. To the Graduate Certificate in Business Administration, Kylie Ann Unwin. To the Graduate Diploma in Commerce, Lin Huang To To the Graduate Diploma in Business Administration, Roberto Lorenzutti. To the degree of Master of Wine Business, Ching Nai. To the degree of Master of International Business, Lai Wu. To the degree of Master of Global Food and Agricultural Business Trade Policy, Yui Meng Chen. To the degree of Master of Global Food and Agricultural Business, Nan Chen. Yui Kun Ding. Jia Liu. And Hua Ran Kuan. To the degree of Master of Finance and Business Economics, Ziyang Li. To the degree of Master of Commerce Marketing, Vicky Chiang. Si Wong. And Yahweh Wong. To the degree of Master of Commerce Coursework, Jia Min Deng. Bing Xuan Huang. Siu Can Wee. Yi Nong Wu. Min Chiang. Lin Zhou. And Chap Yu Chow. To the degree of Master of Business Administration, Andrew Derek Crust. Jeanette K. Dondee. Amare Guillaume Georges Gurrier. Anne Louise Hammond. Peter William Caney. Lim Chi Kung. And Christina Anna Marinda. To the degree of Master of Applied Finance, Ka Chun Chan. Dai Feng. Ben Ray Gu. Ting Ling. Dan Liu. Ari Prasetio. Stuart Michael Rowlands. Xiao Peng Xiao. Kai Wong. Wong Xiao Xin. Jack Slattery Whiting. Shuang Wu. Fang Su Chiang. And Wen Ji Chu. To the degree of Master of Accounting and Marketing, Tianyi Chen. Chao Chen. Ling Shi Yi. Ning Fang. Qi Shu He. Guye Hong. Shihu Huang. Ling Fu Can. Han Xiao Kong. Ran Li. Ying Li. Ho Lin Liao. Gigi Liao. Jun Peng. Chang Kun Xiao. Wan Jun Chu. Han Shao. Shi Ying Tan. Lu Sun. Karen Tao. Miao Miao Wong. Sha Wong. Xiao Qing Wong. Yunfeng Ji. Li Yin. Bai Xi Chiang. Qi Chiang. And Yining Chiang. To the degree Doctor of Philosophy, for a thesis entitled Branded Marketing Events, the Influence of Event Experience on Customer Engagement, Tegan Lynette Altschwager. For a thesis entitled Food System Transformation in Indonesia, Factors Influencing Demand and Supply for Alternative Pest Management Farming Systems, Wahida Maghrabi. For a thesis entitled Essays on the Impacts of Household Financial Decision-Making, George Simon Mihailov. For a thesis entitled Knowledge in Collectives of Experts, Exposing the Role of Social Processes in Developing and Sustaining Expert Knowledge, Sasikala Rathnapulij. Chancellor, this now concludes the presentation of graduates.
Again, it gives me great pleasure to congratulate all of our new graduates here today. Be proud of what you've worked for to achieve, and remember those who've supported you to reach this end. I and all of the staff at the university wish you every success as you enter this next exciting phase of your life and your career. As graduates of the University of Adelaide, you're also its alumni and ambassadors. Over the years, since the university was established, its alumni has made an enormous contribution to the community, both here and throughout the world, and today you join that community of over 150,000 alumni located in more than 80 countries throughout our globe. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Mace Bearer and all those who assisted in today's organisation of the event. I ask the graduates to remain seated, and I invite everyone else here today to stand and to once again congratulate them on their achievements. Would the audience please remain standing? The graduates now stand for the academic recession.